Assalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to a new video. Inshallah, we are learning the Arabic alphabet. We've already been through the first 5 and we've learned what they are called and how to pronounce the name of the letter. And now we are going to be going through the next 5. So very simply, we're just going to start from the right here. We're going to go through and look at the differences between all 5 of the letters and discuss what the names of the letters are and how they might be different from English, any kind of tips and tricks on how to pronounce them. And yeah, hopefully, inshallah, it will be beneficial for you. So, Brother Ahmed, when you're ready, we can start with the first letter.
The first letter is Jim.
Jim.
Yeah, right. Jim.
Okay, so we would pronounce that like J-E-E-M. Jim.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, Jim.
So just before we go past the letter Jim, I just wanted to mention that as we looked at the last 3, they all have the same shape. However, they're differentiated by their dots. And this is the same with these 3 letters here as well. And then you'll find that you also have pairs of letters that look very similar. This one and this one. These two. These two. These two are pretty similar. And you'll find that there's quite a trend with the Arabic alphabet where you do find similar looking letters. They're only differentiated by the dots. So inshallah, we're going to be looking at these 3 here. And you can see that they're the same shape, however differentiated by either the absence of a dot or the position of a dot. And inshallah, it will help you to just have this information in your mind. So shall we move to the next letter?
Yeah, the next letter is called Ha.
Okay.
Right.
So you would spell that H-A-A, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the difference that you can note between these 2 letters, obviously this one does not have any dots, and this one has a dot, okay?
Yeah, right.
We do the next one?
Yeah, the third one is Kha.
So this is likely going to be a bit of a difficult letter for you
Right.
as an English speaker. All the other ones have been relatively easy. This will be the first challenging one, in my opinion. So we would spell this like this, K-H-A-A. Okay. So my personal tips is that this is like a scratching sound. You're scratching the back of your throat to say ha. There's a difference between a gargling sound. So this is not a gargling sound. You're not going ha. Like when you gargle water or mouthwash, you don't want to say ha. This is a scratching sound like ha. There's a slight difference. And inshallah, try your best. But the most important thing at this stage, since you're trying to learn from home and you may not have a teacher, is just to recognize the name of the letter and recognize the way that it looks. If you're struggling with the sound, don't let that stop you. Just memorize those 2 things, inshallah, and we can carry on. We can proceed, and you can even get to the stage where you can even read the Qur'an, despite the fact that you might make mistakes in pronunciation of letters. You are able to identify the letter, and you understand the name, and how it should sound. You might make mistakes, and this will be a development journey, inshallah. As you proceed through your journey, you will find how to improve. But don't let it stop you if you're struggling or you're feeling overwhelmed with the letter, inshallah.
And then Del.
So that's this one here.
Yeah, and make sure as well, like we said on Ta, because actually the Ta and Del come from the same place.
Okay.
From the same place. So your tongue should be also before your teeth, and it's not outside.
Okay, so it's simply, this is kind of like the letter D in the English language. So this would be D-A-A-L. Inshallah, this should be a pretty simple, this is very similar to the letter D. It's not that much different. So if you pronounce it like the letter D for now, inshallah, you should be fine. We can still proceed.
Fine. Yeah.
Just try to remember what the letter looks like and then what the letter is called. Okay, shall we do the next letter?
Okay, the next letter is, look at my tongue, Del.
Thal.
Yeah. Dhal.
Dhal.
So simply my tongue is going outside to pronounce the letter and then go inside to continue the name of the letter. Dhal.
Dhal.
Right, right.
Okay, so just to be a little bit more specific, it's very important that your tongue is coming out when you say dhal, rather than putting it too close to your teeth like this. Dhal. So just try to keep that in mind, inshallah. So I would spell this like this. It's a bit tricky, but you'd spell it like D-H-A-A-L. So the thing I want to highlight here is these two letters. In my experience, it's very easy to get these two confused with the pronunciation. So to relate it to English, this is like the word the, right? Or there. Yeah. Therefore, the. This is a the sound. As it's not exactly like the Arabic sound, but this is the closest that you can get. And this one is like the word three. It's that sound. So you have three and you have the. So they're obviously different sounds. However, it's easy to get them mixed up in the beginning and get confused because they almost sound similar. Okay, is there anything else you want to mention on these letters here?
No, I will say them again. Okay, the first one is dream. Okay, and second ha, kha, dal, dhal.
So what I wanted to mention is, ideally, although you might be struggling on the pronunciation of these letters so far, you want to work on your memorization and your recognition of the letters. So the name of the letter and recognizing the symbol. So that if someone was to go like this and remove the names, and I was to just simply point at this letter, how long would it take you to remember to identify the letter? If I was just to say this, or this, or this, ideally you want to get as close as you could to English letters. So as an English speaker, if somebody points at the letter B, it won't really take you a long time to identify it, right? So you won't be thinking, okay, I've seen this letter before, but is it D? Is it B? You know, we don't really want to be struggling like that. You know, if you can memorize them to the point where I highlight it like this and you know the letter, then you'll be very strong, inshallah, and then move on to the next 5 and try to do this. Don't stay on it for too long, but try to get as close as possible. Inshallah, it's only 10 letters, you will be able to do it. Whenever somebody identifies the letter, you should be able to say the name pretty quickly. You don't want to be getting muddled up and confused. However long that takes you to get to that stage, I would personally advise that you should get to that stage before moving on. But yeah, inshallah, in the next video, we will move on to the next 5 letters. If you have any questions, then go ahead and put them in the comments, inshallah. And if you want to contact Brother Ahmed for a one-on-one tutoring session, then we have his email in the description. And we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video, inshallah. Assalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.